Hey there, today I will teach you 7 organization tips for a personal item carry-on bag in the airplane. You can apply these packing tips for any bag that fits your airline's dimensions for a personal item that you carry into the airplane. When I pack for a trip, I'm going to organize my backpack as to when I need those travel essentials during the flight. Travel tip number 1 is in case the airline loses your carry-on luggage. You want to pack maybe 1 shirt, 2 shirts, a couple of pairs of undies and socks inside 1 compression cube, and then that's going to compress into the shape of like a book, and you're going to pack that in the bottom of your backpack or tote bag, whatever bag you're packing in that will fit under the airplane seat in front of you. Travel tip number 2 is to use the organization order that my personal item bag is giving me. I usually travel with one of these backpacks, and you will see that the outermost pocket is where I will start my organization. But before I am ready to pack my backpacks, do not miss my strategies for packing 10 days worth of clothing inside a carry-on suitcase. Because only then, after you've used those strategies, will you be able to know what really needs to go in your personal item bag. So in that outer pocket, I'm going to pack my essentials I'm going to need in flight. And they have given me pockets to organize those travel essentials. I know some of you like pockets inside your bag, and some of you do not like all of those pockets because you'll lose or not remember where you've packed all those little things. If you do not like pockets, you can just pack what I'm talking about inside a pouch. Loft has a really cute one that's fall colored right now. Oh, and it's so shiny and really good quality too. In our head, we are using that outermost pocket for the TSA line and during the flight for our most reached for travel essentials because it's easiest to get to. If we're thinking about that pocket for the TSA line, here are 2 things that you can use that pocket for. That is where I'm going to pack my ID or passport, if that's my ID, and my phone inside that outer pocket. But it is not where they're going to stay. I'm just putting it there because when I'm in the TSA line, I'm not thinking of, oh, I'm going to organize it in this location. I'm thinking get through the line, keep moving, because all of the other people are ready to keep moving as well. I'm just finding the quickest pocket I can get to so that I can then take out my liquids bag if you're in the normal security line and taking off your shoes. Then after the airport security line, when you've gotten all of your bags and shoes and accessories, you're going to move to a bench or move to the side of that terminal or concourse and put your ID or your passport in your wallet or a crossbody bag or inside an inner pocket, somewhere secure. See how this pocket is just perfectly shaped for your ID and your phone, and it zips up for the conveyor belt. When I am organizing my personal item bag before I leave home, I am prioritizing those items I will need mid-flight. And that's what I have packed in here. I have packed my Peeps, which will clean my eyeglasses. This is a much cheaper version, and take it from me, do not use these on your your sunglasses, because the oil from your sunscreen will get on them and ruin them for life. I've had these eyeglass cleaners for many years, but last year it made the top 10 like Christmas gifts because NASA uses them. It's an out of this world experience when you travel with me. I also pack my fingernail file in there. I will pack my thin wallet if it's not in my crossbody bag. I will also pack my deck of cards that I can use on the airplane tray table because they are so narrow. I will also pack a pen and then also my Kleenexes in a travel package, and then I will also pack my AirPods. Let me know how you pack your AirPods. I used to pack them in my tech organizer travel case, but I find that I don't need any cords with that in the airplane, so that's one less thing I have to reach for. So I'm packing them in my outer pocket now. As a pilot's wife for over 20 years, I have had to pack in only a carry-on suitcase. So the next travel tip that I have learned over those years will help you also. That travel tip is pack items that can do double duty. These clear neoprene cases come in a set of 35 and they can be used for so many travel uses. I've packed a face cleansing wipe in here as well as some pills. A tip for organizing inside your personal item bag is to look at what essentials you will need and look at their shape. And then find the pockets in there and see what fits in those pockets. Like the Kleenex will fit perfectly in a little pocket, rectangular shape. An eyeglass cleaner for the sunscreen laced sunglasses, or an antibacterial wipe. Those are items that can easily fit inside the inside pockets that are available for you from my backpack. If you do not like using pockets, this is kind of like a coin purse type pocket that closes securely, and it's good for holding Kleenexes, wipes, feminine things, sugar packets even that you will need only for that flight or that trip that you're going on. And then that can go from your backpack to your crossbody bag if you need that. This tray table cover is something I invested in not for germs. I invested in it for the pockets and how easy they are to reach when you're sitting inside the airplane. Because they're attached over the tray table, it's closer to you when you're inside the airplane seat versus the pocket that's on the airplane seat back pocket. It has 3 small pockets across the front and then one really large, wide, deep pocket along the back. One thing you can pack inside your drink pockets on the outside of your backpack is socks for mid-flight, not to walk around on that awful dirty airplane floor, but to keep your feet warm if you've worn sandals, for example, or to just have a little more warmth. Another travel hack that I have used is I have packed a napkin inside the very bottom of my pocket, and that way if I buy an ice cold bottle of water inside the airport, that will absorb the condensation. The next travel tip is to organize inside your personal item bag for the flight. I organize my personal item bag for the airplane ride, but I also use it as an extension of my suitcase. We already have packed the packing cube of like a shirt and some extras in the very base part of our backpack. Now we're thinking in the pyramid shape. So one thing that I might pack on top of that is my tech bag of electronic cable organizers. This is mine. My husband has a gray one. There's also this version. Where did it go? If you do not have to pack a lot of electronic cable cords, this is a good option for you. It's a little squishable and very smooth, doesn't pick on anything either. One travel hack for organization is I use decorative tape like washi tape from Michaels or Hobby Lobby, and I will stick a piece of tape on the block that goes into the wall, and then another piece of it I will stick onto the end of the cord that it matches with. One other way to help you organize your tech gear for travel, especially if you're not super organized, is to use the tube cube. Usually compression cubes or packing cubes come in a set of different sizes, and this one is for like undies and socks and stuff like that, but you can use it to organize your technology cords if you're the throw in and go type packer. Our goal inside the airplane or when we're traveling is to have less stress because we stress less. But one goal inside the airplane is to not have to hunt forever in a dark airplane to find those essentials we need mid-flight. I have a smaller cube that I would use for maybe more clothing or a sweater. And I can pack that since I'm building up while organizing inside my backpack. I can pack this along the edge if there's room. I can also pack my toiletry kit so that I do not have to pack it inside my carry-on suitcase, but I like this one because I can pack it where I would use it hanging like that, but then inside the airplane, I can reach everything through this outer pocket. And I can pack this horizontally, or I can pack it vertically along the length edge of my backpack or tote bag. Another reason you might want to pack your toiletry kit in your personal item bag instead of your carry-on luggage is for a long haul flight. You might need deodorant, you might want to reapply makeup, or you can use this travel tip, and that is to move your eye drops, like I do, from my bag of liquids, and also my moisturizer or maybe your foundation, move it from your bag of liquids and pack your liquids bag in your carry-on suitcase after security, and then put those two little liquid containers inside your toiletry kit for the flight. But this will easily stack on top of my cord organizer. And look how it matches. I mean, I also have the pink version of this, but there's no pink travel cord case yet. If I'm taking a book, I do not like reading a screen. My eye muscles need a break. So if I'm taking a book, which is most of the time, I will stack that also in the pyramid style. So let's say that I have my laptop, that's gonna go in the pocket, and then my book, and especially, I might turn it this way if I'm going to be wearing that backpack and sitting like in the, I don't know, boarding area or on a train or the bus to the rental car place. That's gonna give my back, my lower back, some support, especially if I turn it horizontally. And that's gonna be against my back when I'm wearing a backpack. Does that make sense? My backpack does have that back pocket that's not super padded, which can be so hot when you're touring and traveling. So my tip is don't use one of those backpacks that are super padded on the back. But I do have that back pocket just for a laptop, but you know as well as I do, you can fit other things inside that pocket. So I would put my book in there. One question I get asked a lot, and there is a debate because gate agents are not consistent, even within a single airline, is does your fanny pack or a crossbody bag count as a carry-on bag? And it does technically, but a lot of gate agents have not been strict this past year. They're trying to get people on board and out the door. So they want to get people on flights, which is sometimes why they make you check your carry-on luggage and say, oh, the flight's full because the flight attendants told us, so we need to check your bag. I was the third person in line of the third boarding group, and the lady told me that the flight overhead bins were full. They were halfway empty. I was livid, but that's gonna happen. I'm nice. They have a job to do, and they are frustrated probably and overworked. Anyway, these count as carry-on bags. So a couple of tips for you is to wear them underneath your clothing, to wear them underneath your sweater or wrap a sweater around it and turn it around backwards. Although some people have said that on some airlines they're being super strict. Be sure to read the comments because they fly on all different airlines like I do, but they fly a lot more than I do. Anyway. All I do is I just make sure there's a little pocket of space on top of my backpack in case the flight attendant or the gate agent, says pack it away in there before you are allowed to go down that jet bridge. In the inside pocket of whatever bag I'm using as my personal item, I will pack my passport if I'm traveling with that. Sometimes it's so large that it's easier to not lose it instead of my license. So I used to travel with that a lot more than just pulling out my license. But I would pack that securely in there with my car key. One travel tip that my husband utilizes is he prints out important documents like tours that we have booked or printables for hotels maybe. He puts those documents in a nice folder and those will either stay in his backpack or he will put them down in between the seat and the console of the rental car where we are. So we have used the pyramid stacking form to build and organize inside our backpack. And then we can also use the length of the edges now because those are making us some space that a pouch would fit perfectly in, or an aluminum mug would fit in. And you can pack socks in that coffee cup. Well, I like using my own coffee cup, like especially if I'm on the deck in the morning in a low humidity vacation spot, or in Hawaii during the winter. I can even pack a set of travel makeup brushes inside that aluminum mug. One fun travel tip you may want to use is to pack your makeup brushes inside a black makeup towel. And you're going to use that towel on top of your tray table and lay out your makeup brushes. For those of you who like to put on your makeup at the end of a long haul flight, for example. And those little makeup towels make such good little treats on the bathroom counter of your guest room. Now, if there is no more space inside my backpack, I will pack like my neck pillow. I will attach it to the handle of my backpack or tote bag. It has a very strong clip, and this is wide enough so that it could fit on the handle of my carry-on suitcase as well. I will only use neck pillows if the flight is a long haul flight, like over 5 hours, and this one is the only one I have ever recommended, but it is only for if you have a really tall neck, because it's like wearing a neck brace. This travel tip is to pack anything flat in your personal item bag, like a phone prop that is sturdy for iPads too, like I use. I now have a pink one. And because you clicked on this video, I'm going to show you something I was not going to show for another month. I did it. I finally bought one of those cup holders for the airplane window sill, okay? Look how flat it packs. Here's how you do it. You unfold it, okay? And then the words are gonna face outer, the outer ways, like away from you. And then these little pieces are gonna hook in together. Then one tip that I thought of is it's not this that you're fitting down inside the window, it's these ledges that come up somewhat. So that's what's gonna make it go in and down and stay in there. So it's secure for your cups. But I have not used this yet, but my really good friend I went to Breckenridge with, she has used it and says it works perfectly. Your phone can stand up right there so that you can just be hands-free. When I do finally sit in my airplane seat, there is a list of things that I have in the seat back pocket in front of me. So be sure to get that freebie in the first comment below this video. If you are packing for Europe or a 10-day trip, I have a strategic way to choose those 10 outfits just for a European trip or anywhere in the fall or winter that's coming up. So do not miss that video. It will be up here and in the first comment with all of the details that I've talked about today. Just so you know, the viewers, like I said, who watch my videos fly more than I do. They are so kind to even watch my videos, but they also have comments. Viewers love reading all of your comments, so share your tips. And thank you so much for your time. Say hey if we have not met yet.